What's the flavor is here? We got Big Jon in the house.
What's up, everybody?
What's going on, man? What you want to kick off with first? What do you want to talk about?
Hey, we got to talk about the finals, right? We got to get this a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah. So I don't want to bias you. You tell me what were your interpretations of a gentleman's sweep between Boston and the Mavericks?
It's, I told you for the series, I had the Celtics winning.
You did tell me that
I had
earlier.
a winning. 3 through 12 was better, right? If you Luca, Kyrie, Tatum, Brown, you call it a wash. 3 through 12 was better, you know. So I knew when Drew was like, you got to pray to God, Kyrie. I knew he was locked in, right? No bravado, no nothing. He's like,
That's true.
he's
That's
gonna do what he's gonna do. I do what I do and pray I win.
that's
So
true.
I mean,
So, anything else? What do you think about Luca? What do you think about Kyrie's performance? Uh,
I I don't know. Was Kyrie playing? Was he there? One game he showed up. Really?
what was that, Big Jon? What was that?
Oh,
This guy has.
drama.
This guy, he has a lot of ability. Everybody talks about he's the most skilled player.
We went from most skilled player to and best backcourt ever to sweep real quick.
I mean, people were throwing out best back. Van Gundy was throwing out best backcourt ever.
Ever to church rights real quick. Um, Kyrie ain't beat Boston since he left Boston.
He hasn't.
They're like 0-12 against them. He ain't beat them since he left Boston. So I don't know, man. They get up for him. Luca offensively, Luca did his thing. And
Luca's always gonna do his thing offensively.
And there were some games where defensively he played solid.
Yep.
But also a lot of times he was a cone.
Yeah, he's just standing.
Wasn't disinterested.
Just looking around. That stuff.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: fans of the game, do they confuse the 73-point games throughout the regular season, the 32-point average in the playoffs, with leadership, sustainability, consistency, inspiring others, and putting the team on your back and winning a championship?
No. If you watch his play, you can tell he's not the leader of the team. He's the best player.
Jon, I interact with a lot of people, and I know you do too, that harp to me that Luka is a leader. And I'm asking myself, with years of basketball watching, where are they getting that from? What do you see? Where is leadership? Like, what is leadership? And do people know what that is today?
And I think Kyrie's the leader on that team.
He is.
I think he's, to his credit, much more mature than he was when he was with Boston. And I don't blame him for wanting not to be LeBron's sidekick. I don't blame him for that.
I don't either. Not at all.
But it was a lot. I think being a leader of a team and the adult in the room took him time to mature into. And they have great chemistry together. They play off one another well. They have good pieces in that team for the style of basketball they play. That team was built to beat the Western Conference. It wasn't built to win a championship. You can say whatever you want about Boston's role. Boston was the number one team in the regular season, almost wire to wire, and they beat who was in front of them handedly. 5 games, sweep, 5 games. It's 5 games. Like, they did what they were supposed to do, and they champions. They deserve it. So anybody saying like, "Oh," I'm catching a lot of heat for that Tatum post I posted when he was like, "Oh, it's not the end of the world," and everybody's missing the point on that. When you come out with a Kobe shirt on, you got the 24 purple on your sleeve, and you're in Boston, your idol is Kobe. and Boston is the number one rival of the Lakers.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, well, there's nothing in the world if we lose. Your idol was the man who said, "Hey, we're up 3-1. It's not done yet."
That's right.
So, and you're just taking a nonchalant approach. That's what I had an issue. You just like, oh, we have more games. You know, you just opportunity after opportunity. And if you give a Luka, if you give a Kyrie, get to 3-2, 3-3, you can.
I just think Tatum's wired differently. I just think it's just something about him that, and I think him saying that, just me personally, like I don't think Tatum's trying to lead that team. He's not trying to, how would I say this? He's not the dog in that locker room.
No,
and
again,
he's good with that. That's not.
You don't have to be just because you are the best player or the most talented player on the team does not mean you have to be the leader of the team.
No, not at all.
Right? You don't have to be the leader of the team. People like me and you, coming from watching Jordan in the '90s to Kobe, we want that as fans because that's what we're used to. But you don't have to be it.
No,
But it goes back to Luka. He doesn't have to be, but you, the leader. But you have to show that you trust the rest of your teammates.
Machado's in the house. He said, "Hey, yo, we rolling." Then he says, "Yo, why they grilling my boy FT in the comments on that Tatum post on IG? FT, why they upset?" I saw a man become KG immediately after the game. I knew that was going to be something, so I didn't really watch that whole game. But I tuned in for the end of the game because I knew that was going to be something. We got cats who have never won anything, and now they're about to win something. So I knew that was going to be some theatrics, let me say, right? So this guy becomes KG. Then 2 seconds later in the same interview, he becomes Steph, and then goes to the locker room and try to take a picture like Kobe took.
He did.
That's the same guy who said, I don't really care if we lose. That's just how he rolls. That's who he is.
Can everybody stop trying to recreate the Kobe picture?
I will
What's
hope.
up, Machado? Like,
if I'm winning something, Big Jon, I'm not like, hey man, are my fingers right? Am I on the do you see the reflection? I'm not doing all that, man. I thought Kobe was copying when he put up the 5 when they won 5. Remember Mike put up the 6?
Yeah.
Kobe put up the 5. Even that night when they won that championship, like, well, my man's like Mike right now. I don't understand what this. I know you love people and you admire them and how you thought they were great, but I just don't understand mimicking. I don't get that.
But mimicking is everybody in the NBA at some point trying to recreate that special moment. And you're not even in a special moment. Lakers tried to do it when they won the in-season tournament. Kyle Kuzma did it years ago when he got his championship.
But just think about what you just said. Just think about the impact of the in-season tournament right now.
No,
nobody cares about that, man. It's weird to me. The in-season tournament, that's a whole nother conversation. That's just strange.
It's strange. It's some money. It's some money in some players' pockets. It's some interesting TV for a couple of weeks. But at the end of the day, it's nothing.
Zero. And I'm still trying to figure out, why do we know how much those players make? Why do we know that?
Because, we have to know if they're making money. So we know that they are invested in the in-season tournament.
Yeah, they care. So you should care. And you should
care because you're paid a handsome salary to play basketball.
Yeah. Let me go through some names right quick. I want to hear what you think. LaMelo Ball. Today, June 19th, Juneteenth. Tell me what you think of LaMelo Ball.
Still a kid.
Okay. I'm with that.
Still a highly praised kid.
Mm-hmm.
I seen somebody in a Facebook group asking, why isn't anybody buying LaMelo Ball cards? They're so cheap right now. Because he won't be with that team by the end of next year.
No. Brandon Miller's going to take the keys on that starship and ride.
He hasn't matured. You I'm gonna get on you a little bit because you give athletes a lot of flack for having hobbies outside of the off season, man. And you got to give them. They got to be human sometimes.
Nah, bro. Nah.
They got to be human sometimes,
Wait,
man.
no, not the way that brother
24/7.
talked. No, not the way that brother talked about. No, no, your hobby is the game. Yeah, anything other than that is distractions.
You got to let them get their tattoos. You got to let them play.
Oh, you talking about the back tattoos?
You got to let them get the back tattoos. You got to let them play with their Legos, man.
John, what's up with the back tattoos, bro? What's going on with the back tattoos? People are being sedated to get a back tattoo? What's up with that?
Hey, I don't understand it. You know.
Hey, I'll say this. Let me just say this, and this is no judgment against anybody. There's a Kendrick Lamar concert happening right now at the Kia Forum. There are certain NBA players popping up on stage. DeRozan popped up.
Yeah.
Westbrook popped up. Who are you not seeing on that stage? Think about that. We're talking about hobbies now and our involvement, and it's the off season now. Now, somebody could say, well, FD is early in the off season. They probably taking 2 weeks off, but some of these players ain't played in a while.
Yeah.
So, but notice who you don't see at these events.
And that concert looked lit. I seen some clips of it. It looked
looks proper.
like he started with Euphoria.
Yeah, kicked it off at the gate. It looks cool, but I always ask myself, who do I not see at these events? And what are they doing in their careers? And then who do I see at those events? And what are they doing in their careers? And now we all have jobs. Some people go deep. Some people ride the surface. But it shows when you look at their resume at the end.
I mean, Westbrook there, DeRozan there, LA people. So
ain't too much happening with Westbrook.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't too much happening with DeRozan.
No.
So you got time. So they have time today.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about the Celtics going to celebrate their championship in Miami? They won and went to Miami to celebrate. They coming back tomorrow to have a parade.
I think it speaks. It just. I mean, I don't know. You know, we're just at a different time when it comes to athletes and mindsets and what people are trying to do and get done. And I'm eager to see, Big Jon, who is the next wave of players who take this thing seriously and want to build something, make something. And there are players that I see that I just don't even see that happening.
So with the Celtics win, can Philadelphia needs to just say the process is over?
Yeah. I would love, this is what I would love. Thought about this for a while. For Embiid, as soon as the finals was over, and the next day, you and I should have woke up to Embiid demands a trade. Embiid should just get out of Dodge, man. Just leave.
No, you can't leave Maxey, man.
Yeah, you can. There's no old Maxey anything. You know how long this guy's been in the league? There's no old Maxey anything.
You know, old Maxey anything, but that's a good combination. But just think about
what you got to put together for that to become something, for that to flourish.
I've said it to you, and I said it on here a million times. When they got rid of Jimmy Butler, that ended their championship.
They messed up.
You know,
mm-hmm.
And they need to get him back. They don't need Paul George.
That's a good one.
They need the dog that's going to make Joel Embiid play 82 games. They ain't gonna let him off the hook.
So let me ask you this: if Jimmy Butler comes back, because you know Jimmy gonna get hurt. You know Jimmy gonna miss some games.
Yeah, but he ain't gonna let Embiid off the hook.
I agree with that totally. So you got Jimmy Butler, you got Embiid, and you got Maxey. How far you think you're going?
You can win a championship.
You think so, Big Jon?
As Jimmy Butler's already been to the finals as the main guy. If Jimmy Butler's your number 2, you can win. If he's your number 1, he can get you there. But if he's your number 2, you got Embiid, you can win. And that's all bias.
Hot take.
That is all bias and hot take. I believe in Jimmy Butler that much. Okay. If he's your number 2, you can win.
I think I feel like I got to have a little bit more. I got to have more than Jimmy coming over there. And Tyrese would have to really step his game up.
I mean, if they get Paul George, how does that improve? How does that help them? How does that Maxey improve?
I'd rather have Butler than Paul George. I will admit that.
Like I don't know, but the process started when they traded Drew Holiday, and they missed on Brown, they missed on Tatum in back-to-back drafts.
True.
Like, got to be a little sick.
You don't think that's enough grounds for Embiid to say, "I'm out of here. I'm done"?
I mean, it is. He won't, but it is.
He won't. I don't see his personality doing that.
I don't see. Where do you go if you're Embiid?
Oh, it's a lot of places you can go.
Like where? And win a championship. You ain't going to the West.
He could go to the West. Why couldn't he go to the West?
Who does he go to?
A lot
Go to LA.
A lot of teams in the West need a center. Like him.
I mean, you want him on the Warriors?
Yeah, he fit in just fine.
I don't think he'll fit in. Now with that motion offense and having to move.
I think he'll fit in just fine. Right now, Philly is playing isolation with that man. Golden State can do that. And when you want a double team, we throw the ball out and bust nets in your face. It can happen. There are several other teams. There are several teams that are a good to great center away from shaking some things up. Because that center position is so hard to feel. Like an MB, what he does is hard to. I mean, where you gonna find that out? Just like Giannis. Giannis could leave Milwaukee and shake a lot up.
He could.
Going someplace else. Oh yeah.
But I mean, there's two different styles of play because I think Giannis can move without the ball better than Embiid can.
Embiid needs to come back at the same weight as when he came back after he was hurt. Embiid comes back at that weight, he's going to cause problems. If he comes back like he's been chilling the last couple of years and not really strict on his diet, then I agree. Machado says Monty Williams. Now, raise your hand if you knew Monty Williams was gone. Everybody knew that. You're out of there. They just like to come in to now try to build and run something with a guy who led the league in consecutive losses and was playing games with players' minds. I feel for Jaden Ivey now. You're starting one season. You come back. You ever talk to your new coach all off season, and he puts you on the bench and doesn't really tell you why. But he then takes Killian Hayes and starts him and then cuts Killian Hayes later in the season.
He doesn't know what to do with young players. He's the opposite of Billy Donovan. Billy Donovan don't know what to do with vets. Doesn't know what to do with vets, and Monty doesn't know what to do with young talent.
Do you see Monty Williams as the head coach again?
No.
Assistant somewhere. Yeah. You know, he's still riding away from when the Suns went to the finals. Won the West and went to the finals. Still riding that way.
Who's the last coach to get ejected? Just some thought. Like, you don't see NBA coaches getting ejected no more in games like they used to. Was it Kerr?
Most of the coaches I've seen get ejected are on poor teams. Like, you don't even see them on TNT. You'll catch a highlight on SportsCenter or something. How about that?
Was it the Hornets coach this year?
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking about.
That's not the last coach to get ejected.
Yeah. And look what team he had. He couldn't even control his boys, man. When they was laughing and cutting up on the bench with LaMelo Ball in street clothes. Then he started coming out in the post game saying we don't play defense.
Mm-hmm.
How you a head coach and you say we don't play defense? You must got your hands tied behind your back. Like you can't really pick your starters or sit people. I guess you can't really sit LaMelo Ball. Hey, man, some people told me he's the next face of the NBA.
Don't know who's going to be the face of the NBA because it's that viral era. You have a good week, you the face. Next week you're bad, you're not the face.
Absolutely right. You think it's going to be Zion? I don't. You think it's going to be Ja? I don't. LaMelo Ball? I don't see that. I don't even see Anthony else. So the question is, next year, who's going to be the son of Michael Jordan next year?
Donovan Mitchell, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Whatever guard is dark skinned and
that's right.
On the hot street.
Gotta be a dark skin, bro. Gotta be Wesley Snipes, bro. So did you see? What was I about to say? They were talking about Donovan Mitchell going to the Lakers.
I seen they said he's going to the Nets.
Oh, see, I said
him with Mikal Bridges.
Going to the Nets. Boy, that's a bunch of no who cares basketball right there. If he goes over there, man, that's everybody scoring 20 and not winning any games. You know Donovan Mitchell averaged 26 points a game last year?
No, I didn't know.
What did he do?
Stunt Garland's growth.
Yeah, he has derailed that young man. It's amazing how players score these points and don't really do too much. Machado says, we're in the social media era. Everybody want to go viral. Shit, some of them, these athletes, young ones, especially getting hoop deals because of the environment. Yeah, it's true.
So where's the scouting department for these teams? What I would love to know, what are they looking for in scouting?
I would love to know that too, especially with the draft coming up that we have coming up. What are they looking for? Because this draft is about to be bad business, man. A lot of these guys, at one point last year, it was a very high percentage. I think it was almost 60% of the draftees were in the G League at some point.
Mm-hmm.
So teams know now, just that number alone tells me that teams are aware that they're drafting people that may not play now or may not play ever, but they hold value when you have different trades going on in the future.
Mm-hmm.
So let me develop this guy enough to move him. But he probably is not going to be here. And if he is here, then I'm going to put him in the G League to increase his value for a future move. We grew up in a time where if you were drafted high, every time I turn on the game, I'm going to see you playing significant minutes. We're not in that time anymore.
It's that baseball model where you got prospects. You can move them for established players.
That's what they're doing. Think about Imani Bates. I was thinking about Imani Bates a couple of days ago. You're kind of a problem at Michigan. Mm-hmm. Penny Hardaway asked for you to not return. Disobedient, whatever you were doing. But whatever. Probably showing up late to meetings. Whatever. So then you, just like that kid that was at Buffalo with Dion, played corner. Then you
Kamani.
Showing up late to meetings, sleep in class, not turning assignments. Dion talked about all that. So you got these guys who don't know how to be a professional, basically. And so then you send him to the G League. Imani Bates went down, played some. Then you saw him in street clothes. There were days, I guess they knew he wasn't going to play. There were days where he played in the G League and then wearing street clothes on Cleveland's bench. Like, why wouldn't you at least put on the uniform? Never really played, man. Even when they went to the playoffs, Imani Bates was in street clothes on the bench. I guess he didn't make the active roster.
He was getting buckets in the G League.
Yeah, but Big John, you know it's more than that, huh?
Mhm.
More than that. I mean, if your attitude is in the trash can, but you coming out and getting buckets, somebody that's talking about moving you someplace else is probably like, nah, he's not ready.
Jordan,
If you're still late to meetings or doing whatever you're doing, probably not ready.
yeah, you gotta be on time. You gotta be professional. NBA. If you practice at 11, you got to be in there by at least 10:30, if not 10 o'clock. You can't. You got to show the extra effort at this level, especially if you're 3 years or less.
What do you see? What do you see Anthony Edwards doing next year? You see him elevate.
Or
You see him flatlining. You see him be.
no, I think he's got room for improvement, and he's cocky enough to want to improve. So I think All Star media will have him in MVP conversations beginning
Oh,
of the
they will.
year,
They will.
but he'll be an All Star. And it's just, what do? Do we get rid of Cat?
Don't you think Cat needs to go?
I think Cat
I'm
should
just
not
talking about from
be in
financial reasons.
financial reasons. Yes, I don't think Cat should be in the NBA just because I don't like Cat.
Oh, you don't think he should be in the NBA?
Just because I don't like him. I don't like his game. I don't like his. You are too big to just shoot threes.
But he probably pictures himself as that two guard that's coming down, just pulling on you.
You are too big to not be in the conversation as one of the best centers. You're too big and too talented. Let me add that too, because he's very talented. You're too big and too talented to not be in the conversation behind Jokic, Embiid, Anthony Davis.
True.
You don't show up and you soft, and I just don't like him.
I like when he goes to the lane and he's looking for the foul.
Mm-hmm.
He throws up anything because he's looking for the foul. I mean, we'll see. Machado says, FD, how close were you to hitting that K-Dot concert? So I looked up tickets a week or so ago, a little over a week ago. I felt like they were kind of expensive. I knew it was about to be off the chain. I also knew it fell on Juneteenth. Probably going to be doing some family stuff. Then I decided not to go. But it did enter my mind to go to the concert.
George Brown said we wild for that. I don't know what we were wild for looking at that comment.
Hold on, where we at? Where we at?
I said some crazy. I think I'm saying crazy hot takes.
Let me get some Jordan Brown. If he's not on the team next year, is it good by calls as soon as he gets traded, his cards will pop.
Talking about LaMelo. Talking about LaMelo.
I think Jordan Brown's a Melo fan, though, if I remember correctly. Anytime we've ever talked about LaMelo, I see Jordan Brown pop up. Jordan Brown knows that. He's a Melo fan. But I always ask these people, the Melo fans, what has he done? He hasn't played. What has he done? Let me pull up my man. Mr. Brown.
Jordan, I'm just saying there's a theme in the people they say are Jordan's sons. And that common theme is dark skin.
There's a thing. Yeah. There's definitely a thing. Let me just pull something up here for him, man. Just trying to figure something out here. Y'all tell me.
Why you do that? FD, I've been doing very well in the Jordan market, so grading some cards, send them off to PSA.
Talk to us about it.
I got like 6-7 cards out now.
Uh-huh.
I looked them over very well. Bought them at the last show for like $1, $2 a card.
Mm-hmm.
And if they 10, you're talking $70 to $200 a card, just value, and they're all pop under 500 graded.
See, but that strategy See, I think some people will listen. Like I'm listening to that strategy. I think that's a bomb. That's a bomb strategy. You're that's next level. But a lot of people, I think, look at that, and I think about this and talk to some people about this all the time. That's boring, Big Jon. That's what people are thinking. These people are not. But you're building something, and you have a sound eye for cars, and you're building a strategy there that will win for you.
It's long term.
Yep.
Right. So you think about it. When you first had me on your show, I was $1 to $5 cars doing my own eBay, trying to get money to fund my cars I collect, to get my
Yeah.
Kobe Whites, get my Jimmy Butlers, to get
Yeah.
my Cubs, and so on and so forth.
Uh-huh.
As you learn, as you do more, like that's sustainable. That's not sustainable for me, being that I work 50, 60 hours a week, and have family time and rest.
Yes.
You know,
which is very key.
Which is key.
I found out a couple of months ago, like, bro, I need to stop and rest. I need to drink more water and rest.
So, and we were doing this, you know, I just came from a show, spent 8 hours at a show. My auction that ended from consignment yesterday, more than profit enough to pay for what I already spent.
Great strategy, bro.
And we got to talk about shows. Like, we can talk about whatever, because you got to get out here one of these East Coast shows. It was a good show for a June show. You know, okay. June shows are regularly slow. Okay. But I saw big cards, you know, $1,000 deals being made left and right. And the one thing I don't see at this show, repackers. So nobody coming in trying to buy out tables, trying to buy stuff.
Hold on. You were at a show and saw zero repackers?
Zero repackers. Zero.
I'm at shows, there are repackers everywhere.
I mean, I don't know if they got up to the Northeast yet, but I talked to several dealers. Nobody repack. Nobody trying to. I got the early bird special. I'm in there at 9:00. Showed open at 10. I see dealers buying for dealers, but zero repackers coming in trying to buy for whatnot. I mean, I talked to dealers and they was like, I was taking a break from the show and just sitting out getting some fresh air. One of the dealers came out, I was like, I can't believe we sold all this optic football, 3 cases of optic football blasters in an hour and a half to just regular people coming into the show.
Wow.
He's like, I should have rung more. And like, so it was an awesome show. EC3 Con, if you guys are ever in Connecticut, one of the best shows you can go to actually have a good time. And I got the show's like 40% Pokemon, 60%.
Okay. I'm seeing Pokemon grow.
Yeah, but they have all the Pokemon voice actors. My friends I was with, they got autographs from the voice actors. They were educating me on Pokemon cards and you know what value and what cards are good as we walked around. It was a good time seeing the hobby through other people's eyes as the first times and stuff.
Yep.
But
well, let me say a little something here about LaMelo Ball, then we're gonna go back to shows. So I just want to look how many games he's played per season. I always go back to this. 51 is rookie year, 75, that's admirable. Mm-hmm. The second year, then 36 and 22. And then people say, well, hey, when he plays, ...
22 games ain't playing.
Bro, you just came out and stretched, warmed up, got your hamstrings ready, jumped a few times, out.
So in 4 seasons, he's played 2.5 seasons worth of games.
In 4 seasons, he's played 164 games. Oh, excuse me, 184 games. Yeah, 2 and like a quarter.
Yeah, 2 and a quarter.
Yeah, in 4 years.
No, 8. He played 164. He's played in 4 years. He's played 2 seasons.
Yeah,
exactly.
Especially if he would mess around and stumble into the playoffs. Yeah, he's played 2 seasons, and we think that's sustainable. And then his brother, he's saying he's coming back. Don't know.
I hope he don't come back. And I know that's bad to say. I hope we trade him for Kobe White's sake, for Ayo's sake, for Alex Caruso's sake. You know, I hope you trade him, you trade Levine, and keep the core youngins that you have.
Well, the word is Levine's stock is dropping. Like, I don't know if he's gonna yield what he wants to yield.
So, of course, the Bulls want to stay relevant. They don't want to rebuild. They also are not trying to push to win a championship and spend money. They want to give us just enough hope that they could. They want to be in the conversation. So they're going to do that. But if you look at who they traded away and how they've developed, from Lauri Markkanen, you got Gafford was just in the finals. You know, let's just stick with this core that we're building. You know, I don't think they should have traded for Vucevic. I thought him and Patrick Williams were redundant players, and it proved to be. But we'll see.
All right, I'm gonna jump into something here. There was a comment here. Machado said, "Y'all gotta watch the AB episode of The Pivot. Realest conversations I've ever heard." Let's pull up. Hold on a minute here.
Look, Pivot, one of the best podcasts out there. Like, them boys funny, and they. Chelsea right back.
Funny as all get out. Let's just pull up just a little bit of this. Let's just see what's popping. Let me just.
You know, Ryan Clark ain't gonna let AB off the hook either. So
no. Let me just pop in right here. I haven't even seen this, people. I haven't seen anything of it. I was gonna watch it the other day. I said I'm gonna wait. I was gonna wait till later this week. Let's pop in here right now.
Trying to get across, and he sat with us, and I was like, man, you should be this all the time. Through the first 15 minutes of sitting down with you today, it feels so much different than the first time. And I've always told people this. I believe you're intelligent, and so when you do say what you did about Caitlin Clark, and that, like, you also have to realize you're a black man saying this about a woman, period. And when you say that, they're going to look at it as that's crass or that's insensitive or that's disrespectful, especially because they're going to look at your past. So how does that make you feel, though, when people do come at you for those things?
Man, people going to come at you for whatever you do. Jesus walked the earth and was perfect. He got hated. I'm not here to entertain and answer questions of what people think I should be doing or what's their convey for my life. You know, I'm not a football player where people make your schedule, people tell you when to train. I'm a grown man, you know what I'm saying? I have the freedom. Elon Musk made the app for the freedom of expression, and that's what happened with America. You know, black guys, any type of guys, they diminish their role or minimize their role of being who they are. You know, I know who I'm is, so no matter what anyone say or feel, it's not going to diminish my role for who I am. You know, that's just their opinion. It's not a fact. I feel like Caitlin Clark is an athlete. Athletes should be used to criticism. That's their lives, right? You are athletes. How many things have been said about you? I love you, Ryan, but we had social media wars.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't no code ethics of like, it's just the trauma of what goes into being a normal human. Imagine watching, you in the media now.
Yeah.
How do you feel you have to speak about guys who know you and watching you? Do you think it's like,
you have to be more careful today in how you address guys. There's a different sensitivity to what people in the media say.
But you feel that as a media guy, you have to target some guys to be bigger in a position?
No, I don't think that. I think what you got to do is gain their respect. It's like anything else. Okay. If it's on your team, if a dude respects you, then now you have a cachet and the ability to say or do certain things. I think it's the same thing in this, but you, bro, like based on just your career, AB, you should be in a spot to where people should be begging you to talk, not about the CT, ESPN, or any of those things, just because of what you did. Do you ever look at the way it ended and think to yourself, I would have changed some things?
Nah, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, I walked off, I did the right things for myself. Anytime you're playing along a team and you know what it's like, you guys been to the end of your career when it's like the team got you there, but they're not really there. And every good thing gonna come to an end. And I don't have no regrets of how it ended. You know, I just glad I walked off with my health. The whole thing of being a football player is to not limp off the field when you're done, to be able to walk off with full strength. And that's always been my goal. Get the most out the game. You know, I put a lot of energy, effort, time in the game, and I don't feel like I took any shortcuts. I had a goal, a vision, and I did it. You see me come to work as a 6-round player, fight for my spot. They put so many guys in front of me of the trauma of just always believing in myself, knowing it's going to work out. So to me, it's all about, and that's why I started CTSPN, because it's no platform that's showing people, how do I overcome this adversity? How do I deal with if they're not trying to get me the ball and I'm trying to be great and my job is to want the ball? How do you deal with they not dropping you in zone coverage when you know they running these plays and you gotta, how do you handle that? No one's addressing the seriousness of being a football player and the traumas we face. You know what I'm saying? Being a player, you can't get disability insurance because the NFL won't allow black guys to get insurance if you not showing them that you just train wreck. You know what I'm saying? How do you handle being able to transition? Like, how do you transition? Like, how you guys get to this point? What adversity you face on your other show that, you know what I mean? Let's address what the real experience of what people go through, not what happened in moments, because different moments of people's lives is deteriorate how they look at their lives. And that's the purpose of CTSPN, not letting moments affect your overview of your life. And as a football player, we look at people for moments. Oh, this moment AB walked out the field. This moment he scored. And this moment, you know, life is going to be compelled of a lot of moments. But what's the purpose of these moments? The purpose
This
of those
AB I can
moments
listen
came
to.
from Liberty City
He
that's
is
made
talking.
opportunity of greatness to go chase the opportunity of being great and being able to deal with the adversity. You know what I mean? They drafted Emmanuel Sanders of players before me.
Right.
And when I was a rookie, I mean, the guy got hurt. I took the kick return back first play. Then the next time they suspend me for coming late. Remember RC? Now I'm like, yo, now I suspended. They don't let me play 6 games. So how you handle that adversity? How do you tell your story? You know?
But I gotta watch this, man.
Yeah, I gotta watch it. I'll be listening to that tomorrow.
He is dropping realness. So let me say this. I was talking to a guy. We're gonna come back with it. Some of the stuff he was talking about. I was talking to a guy the other day, and I was talking about how many guys I played with in college who didn't get the playing time they wanted to, or didn't get the accolades that they felt like they weren't first team All American. They may have been third team All Conference, but they were better than a lot of other players on other teams that got more accolades. That bothered people, man. That is a thing that eats at folks. And we're not even talking about hits on the field now. AB just went through something that most people can't even go through and be articulate enough to sit down and have that conversation. They have real health issues afterwards. I think he knows that he has some things going on, and that's why he's talking about the CTESPN. But I know guys that ate at them. I'm talking about mad depression, drug taking, not finishing school, not graduating, going from the life of the party or the life of any kind of social activity to not even want to attend a social activity. And we don't talk about that. Nobody's talking about the fact that players who are very successful in whatever they do go through these things where, like he said, you're fine, you're benched, you're not getting enough tick. You know you're better than the guy in front of you, but you haven't had a chance to show it. Some coaches know that which I think is some of the reason why Monty Williams might have been let go of. Don't know that you have talent, and they want to push you down because if you show up their decision making, then that has a tail to it that may lead to no job. But he's talking about a lot in a short period of time.
You know, the worst thing is knowing it or thinking yourself better than the person you're back up to, and you can't get the opportunity for whatever reason at whatever level. You know, in the pros, could be, hey, they just paid this man X amount of dollars. He got to play.
That's right.
In college, in high school, could be, you know, coach's kid, could be friend of the family. Coaches just like that that person more than they like you, and they're just not playing, even though you showing up and showing out in practice. You know, sometimes it takes an injury to get your shot. When I was in high school, I got my shot because somebody got injured, and I wasn't better than them, but I was good.
This stuff happens. I gotta watch this now. Machado's kicked it off. Jordan says at the Kendrick concert they played "Not Like Us" 6 times. I can see that. I wonder what Drake is tonight. What's Drake sitting at?
Drake he's still contested. He doesn't have another kid out there.
Okay. He didn't let us know about the first kid until it was exposed. DeMar and Westbrook wild out at the concert. Them some LA legends. Hey, I'm just saying. Free Maxi, Philly holding.
Speaking of Kendrick Lamar,
What's up?
first he's got a baseball card. Didn't know that.
Yeah, he's throwing out the first pitch. It's a bar.
Yeah,
It's a
first
nice
pitch.
card.
Yeah.
It's a great card.
PSA 9 is $65. That's not bad.
Yeah, and then they have some variations of those numbers. Like I've seen the gold, and I've seen some other stuff walking up from the gold.
I haven't seen them.
I think I held the other 25 at a show one time.
Just gotta go see what eBay has now.
Yeah, I think there's something on there, right?
Yeah. So you gotta look this up.
Yeah, Kendrick has cards, man.
So this summer,
Mm-hmm.
right? We got the Olympics. We got baseball.
Yep.
We have the World Cup and all the different soccer.
Mm-hmm.
There is so much opportunity in some other sports to collect and or flip.
Speak on it.
Like it's wild. Like there's an opportunity to make some plays and and gain market share and with all these sports coming out and Machado makes a good point in that comes coming down there. That is definitely getting swept up.
What's his point? Hold up. Well, LeBron was coming here for a reason, right? Finals is over. Hey, y'all, look at me. You know this was coming. Just like when his boy dropped that he was a free agent. We all knew he wasn't going anywhere. And Machado is down here. Hold on.
I love Machado. Machado, he's speaking the fact.
Yeah. We trying to shake it up, man. I mean, if something is real, I know AB's conversation on Pivot is going to be real. I could jump in there and actually might, before we get out of here, play something else. I like to see what my people are thinking. For that AB episode, the realest episode in podcast history. He was talking facts there for 2.5 minutes that we were watching. These are topics that people don't talk about. And it looks like to me, just looking at him, he's working on something. He's working on himself. He's working on understanding what's going on with him.
Yeah, he looked in his right mind.
That's right.
He looked and he spoke eloquently, and like everything made sense when he was talking. And again, RC, one of those guys that's gonna hold you accountable.
Yeah, and he didn't say anything in the locker room. That's why AB was like, "RC, you was there. You know when this happened, that happened." Because RC is the real deal, man. He's the real deal. You talking about a guy who fought sickle cell anemia to play in the NFL?
Undersized safety who was hidden,
coming with it.
You talking someone who was overshadowed when your safety mate is Troy Polamalu. People take Ryan Clark for granted because he had Troy Polamalu. Polamalu got all the press, but RC was the hitter.
Come with that boom. I want to say that some place too. Machado says Pat McAfee calling Caitlin Clark a white bee was diabolical. They swept that under the rug.
Yeah, sure did. No outrage for that.
Hero 3 said I made my move and purchased some CC rookie cards and auto. Was that a good move? If that's what you like, if you're buying what you like and you like Caitlin Clark, yes.
I think it's, even if you don't like Clayton Carr, I think it's a good move, right? Just for the way the hobby works. She's the height.
You know what I'm waiting on now? I'm waiting on to see what this Prism about to do. We get out of this Iowa jersey, get into the Indiana Fever jersey. We get some stuff numbered. You get some stuff short printed. Just want to see what's going to happen there.
I mean, first week numbers are going to be crazy.
Yeah, I think. Hero 3, if you're asking me, I think that because I've been tracking Caitlin Clark in the Iowa uniform, and there's been some dip in prices, which we all could expect. But I think this Prism stuff is going to explode.
With this new stuff, the further out from release, the more the price dip.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to wait till play indicates the next spike in it. Like, Wemby, so when Wemby's first pro card, Hoops, that card was selling raw for $150 when it came out.
Yep.
I just sold PSA 10, $51. But it's also 6 months later, 7-8 products released later. So I think you got to remember that.
Let me go back up and make sure I didn't miss something. For the AP episode, we talked about that. Pivot is a popcast, fire popcast. Chelsea Gray is back. Cameron Brick got hurt, ACL injury.
That's a shame.
It's a shame. She'll be back. I mean, the percentage of ACL injuries in female basketball players is very high. So it's almost to be expected that your favorite player is probably going to experience that at some point in their career. She experienced it early. No different to Brandon Ward with injuries. He was one of my favorite players. He was top tier. LeBron announced, we got video of this?
He said, just kidding.
Oh, man, you got me hyped, bro. Machado says, microwave area, these pandemic collectors go after hype, then get mad when prices dip. But what I don't understand, I guess it's human behavior. This happens over and over and over and over again. This keeps happening. There's a pan, it has heat, oil in it, gets hot, somebody throws water, everybody runs to it, it cools off. And then the OG collectors go for the goats. All I gotta say is I don't get caught in the hype, neither do I.
I will tell you what the next hype and pop's gonna be for a product standpoint.
What's up?
The upcoming hockey release.
Oh yeah.
That $1 million card from ain't been hit yet, but 2 weeks afterward, nobody talked about it. The new hockey's about to come out, and you're going to see it on every popular person's IG. Yep. It's going to be out there.
Very true. Mattel asked the question, hey, Big Jon, how the new PSA size? I have one.
Let me grab one.
Yeah, grab one. Let's go through it.
And then let's go find an old one. So this is the new slabs.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to JD for getting this graded for me.
Yep.
I mean, it looks more like a CGC slab to me. It's
a little heavier too, right?
Let me see.
It feels heavier to me.
Oh yeah, it's heavier.
Yeah.
Got to pour Kobe White out when we need to show off a slab.
So some people have asked, hey, can I still crack a card out? You can. So it's a little different of a crack, but you can. Because your card is kind of inside of something, inside of the slab. Yeah. It's smooth looking to me. But if you're PSA, though, I haven't talked to a PSA representative. I don't know what their plans or what their processes are. But would you want to keep going through slabs? Would you want to keep, or would you want to make that thing tougher to crack?
You got to make it tougher to crack.
Because we got to go on to big and better things. And Are you going to do a 9 again, or is it going to be a 10?
Population manipulation.
Yep.
You can end some of that, making it harder to crack.
Yep. Hey, but let's go back and talk about shows real quick. Then I'm gonna go back through some of these. So you're saying you're not seeing any repacks. What are you noticing? What price points are people buying at?
So people I seen buying at the last show.
Yeah. For the majority of people, let me say, you're gonna have some outliers.
Majority of people under 300, right?
Yep. Yep.
There were a lot of people who were making a couple of $1,000 deals here and there as I come up to different tables and see what's going on. So there were a lot of good deals. Dealers I talked to, they were making money. One dealer, he was like, just off his dollar box, he's doing about $300 an hour off dollar box stuff, just off value boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Not even what he had in the showcase, and he had good stuff in the showcases. So, how do you judge a good show?
That's a golden question to me. I think I've never been to a show I thought was bad. Let me just jump out like that. I've been at some shows that had 12 tables. I still found something good at that show. I've been at shows with 100 tables. My focus is so narrow on stuff. So I may have found one or two things at that 100 table show that I was interested in. I still don't think that was a bad show. And to me, shows also build upon each other. So Big Jon, I may come to the show. I talked to you about Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. You may not have the cards today, but I may hear from you in 4 weeks where either you have a card now or you know someone that has a card and you're like, hey, I know FD's looking for that. And then you tell me about it. So each show kind of builds on networking. I don't look at just what's in that one show. It's about what am I talking to people about, and I let them know what I'm looking for, and then sometimes they hit me up later and we talk about stuff. So I haven't been to a bad show.
I judge a good show off of customer service, just like who's talking. If I come to your table, are you chilling? Are you one of three things, right? Are you chilling, ignoring me? Are you saying, "Oh, I'm buying," or if you, hey, don't worry about the prices, I can make a deal on something. You see something like, or are you actually trying to see, hey, what am I buying? What do I like? So table from table, and how many tables that I I had a good experience in, the show is better than other shows.
I can see that.
What's in the value boxes as well?
Mm-hmm.
Because if I go to your value box and it's just base, you at least got some numbered veterans, some obscure veteran autos in there, then I just know you're just trying to get rid of. You're just trying to hope somebody buys a card you don't want.
So you're putting a hook in the water, like that's right. What yeah.
So if I bought my first Shea card at this last show, and I didn't even comp it. I think
you should have pictured that. Yeah. Great card. Yeah.
I bought it, had it on the table for $10, and just what I know about cars, I was like $10 Shea rookie. That feels like a good deal. Mm-hmm. No negotiate. I don't want $1 off. Here's a 10. Give me the card. That just felt like a good deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just what I know, like it shouldn't be a $3 card. It shouldn't definitely be a $20 card. So
it feels good. Yeah.
It just feel good. Like we ain't got to negotiate other tables. Like my strategy when I go to a table, I am probably going through your boxes and talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
And if I see a card that in your case that I want, I'll put it when I'm after I get done with boxes, hey, let me get that card too.
Mm-hmm.
And I just let them know what they're gonna charge me. They just tell me that this is what I'm looking at, right?
I think we lost Big Jon on sound. Big Jon, can you hear me? Lost you on sound. I think you're on mute. Big Jon will be back here momentarily, my people. There you
go.
go.
I muted
Yeah.
myself.
Go ahead and finish your statement.
Yeah. Like if you a lot of dealers, if you're going through their value box and you're buying from that case, they will give you a better deal off both parts.
Yep.
So it's just one of those things you can go through. One of those strategies I have when I'm going to the show, I'm looking through your value box, trying to find some stuff that I like, some stuff that'll grade well. Get my, I can break even off of by grading. And then if I see a card I like, let me get that too. And hey, okay, well, you got $10 in cards, you got a $20 card here. Give it all for you for 25, 24. Get my little $5 off and go into the next table, make a next deal.
What do you think? Let me just ask you. You're savvy. You're in the hobby. What do you think when you walk up to a table and everything in front of you is grossly overpriced?
I walk away. I don't even bother. I walk away. Don't even bother. So the last show, and you know I'm a Kobe White guy.
Yeah.
Had a Kobe White Goodwin Champions card, price tag for $25. It's a $5 auto.
This is stuff I'm talking about.
We have nothing to talk about. You're way too far off to negotiate with.
So is somebody trying to ride the hype of something? Is somebody trying to find a food? One would say, like, what's going on? What would someone be thinking about?
You could have been trying to ride a hype and then reprice it. But at that point, I feel like if you're $20 off on a $5 card, there's no room for negotiations. Like I think it like this. If you got a card for 20, but on eBay it sells for 18, I gotta pay at least $2 in taxes and shipping. I'll buy it for 20 at a show. No problem. It's an even swap to me. Or if I can get it for the same price that it would cost me to ship with, I'll buy it from a show. We don't have to negotiate and argue. It's a good price. I'm coming out better because I have the card in hand now. That's my thought process. Especially hey, you got FD. You set up the show. You got to pay to set up.
Yeah, you got a table fee.
So you got a table fee.
You got gas. You've been pulling stuff out of your trunk or your minivan all morning. Yeah.
You spend your weekend at a show now with your family. That
12 o'clock, you're locked in. You don't have lunch. Show's probably not serving food. Can't walk away from your table. Yeah, you gotta go through all that.
So if I can pay what I would pay eBay and shipping, I think that's a deal. And if you give me an extra $5 off, even better. We good. But if you're $20 over on a $5 card, what's the point?
So I'm watching Lootbox TV the other.
Mm-hmm.
Jen and Juice are talking about they went to a show and base cards were grossly overpriced. So like Anthony Edwards, some people that were in the playoffs, you kind of riding that wave. Average Joe comes through. They start looking at the table. They're like, man, there's Anthony Edwards here for, I don't know, $80. This is maybe a $15 card.
I seen about 5 different tables had Wemby Prisms, all at 10s, PSA 10s, HTC 10s, price significantly different at each table. From a high end of $80, from a low end of $25. All 10s. PSA 10 at your favorite table.
I've seen that.
Not to mention that, the different prices. People had the Mahomes rookies and the Joe Burrow rookies, and they were priced just extremely different at each table. And I just wanted the vendors not take the time to walk when there was nobody here, when they were set up to see what some of these prices are.
May not have the opportunity to. May not have. May not have had a chance to check it out. It's very interesting.
And I think dealers I don't think veteran dealers overprice their cars as much.
I don't think so.
As they do.
There are people that I can go to. And so what we're talking about is the outliers. So for everybody
Mm-hmm.
out there, if you haven't been to a show, Big John and I are talking about the outlier stuff. This is not the main core of shows.
Mm-hmm.
It's the stuff that you see that's like, Now there are people that I can get up right now and go to a show. When I walk up to them, the price is going to be right. I can see adjustments from the last show. We're talking. Either they're going to refer to a spreadsheet that they have printed out with prices, or they're going to. I already know the comps. I can tell you that, and they're going to talk to me. And the first thing they talk to me about hits the current comp. So it's an easy conversation with these people. Easy conversation. Pros of the game is what I call them. You hit a show, I'm going straight to that table, probably off the rip. As soon as we get into place.
I'm always a little taken aback when I walk up to a table and the dealer says, "Hey, whatever you're looking at, don't worry about the price. I got room on them." Like, what does that mean? You have room on them? Did you,
That means if I'm talking to somebody, I'm going to interpret. If I'm talking to someone savvy,
Mhm.
you got room on that. If I'm talking to someone that's not savvy, that's the price.
I don't think some dealers
Go ahead.
think about the community as in how many introverts are coming to their table.
Because I talk to people that tell me I never negotiate.
Mhm.
And there are people that have been in the hobby for a while. I don't do that. Brendan says overpriced cars are just targeting a demographic with FU money, not the normal everyday collector. I don't know, Brendan. I don't know.
Because I don't know how many people with FU money are coming to these shows to buy their cards. People with FU money ain't looking for the newest shiny thing. They're buying and the Brady's that you're going to get from a heritage, an auction house. You're not going to get at a table.
Or you're going to get it from a consigner or someone you know that comes across that what you want. Now, Big Jon was just talking about price bands. I've seen lower dollar slabs fit the same bill sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
It's just all about just be savvy. Know what you're looking for. Do the research. Look at comps. I try to look at some form of a comp on something almost every day. I'm checking something out. And I can remember stuff. If you're a person that can't remember, write that thing down. Put a note in your phone. Take a picture of it, put a note, do something, build a spreadsheet. Print that thing out, take that spreadsheet with you. Alphabetical order, so it's easy to find your player. Whatever you gotta do.
I refuse to do a spreadsheet.
Hey, I don't do it, but I have a good memory. Some people don't have good memories.
I have a good memory, but I refuse to do a spreadsheet because this is not a job; it is a hobby.
I get it.
that is my reasoning behind not doing a spreadsheet.
I get it.
It is a hobby, and I want to have fun and not have to work and type all this stuff out. Like I think I use Wolf Mascot now to keep up with my slabs that I have.
Okay.
Just type in a certain number, it pulls the cards up, and I don't want to have to do a spread. I tried to do a spreadsheet, and after an hour trying to type in all my Montez Force cards, I was like, you know what, this is too much like work.
Yeah. Yeah. But also, I mean, people step back. If Wi-Fi is good where you are, you can step back. Hey, give me a second. You can step back and look up comps. Whatever source you want.
So you say you look up comps. Where are you looking up comps from? Are you using Card Ladder, Market Movers, or you just on eBay?
I'm on eBay. I use Card Ladder. Sometimes I use 130 point. Right there.
I like how I research now, and me research thanks to you. I would give you credit and say, okay, it's one thing with an influenced me, right? I research a lot, but I usually do PWCC for my Jordans right now.
You talk to me about that, yep.
Because I can see a plethora of Jordans at the price range I'm trying to sell them for, and I can go back to eBay to see what I can buy for raw.
Mm-hmm.
And then I use ComC a lot to find variations.
Okay.
or what the actual like. If I can't go on Cardboard Chronicles, I don't feel like reading through what all the different cards are in a set. I'll just go to ComC, look up a popular player from that set, and try to see all the number card. What does this rainbow look like?
Okay.
Because like for Bowman, for popular stuff, they usually have all of them listed, even if they don't have all the cards for sale.
But so if you're at a show, just for everybody out there, and you see a card and you want to check out, or you want to check something out, what do you do at the show while you're on the
At the show, I'm checking the picture and going on eBay.
There you go.
That's what I'm doing first thing, and I'm looking at probably the last 4 comps.
There you go.
Like, I'm not gonna go, hey, it just sold for 14, or just sold for $70. No, it sells between 70 and 50. That's that's what the last 3, 4 that sold for. Let's see if we can actually make a deal based off the average.
Mm-hmm.
The way I don't feel like I'm getting played, I'm not trying to play the dealer.
Yep. But you're also willing to negotiate, though. You're talking.
Oh, I'll ask. I don't try to sell in the room though. I don't buy stuff and then try to sell go to another table and sell it in the room. I buy stuff for me. I come home, I look through it, decide what I want to grade, if I want to eBay it myself, But generally speaking, what I'm buying, I'm kind of having a plan for it as I'm buying it.
Okay.
If it's PC, is it straight? Do I just like this card?
I wonder what percentage of the hobbyists are hagglers. I wonder sometimes. Because sometimes I'm walking and I don't hear a lot of
No.
talk.
I think the newer you are, the less you haggle.
Mm-hmm.
Because you just don't know any better.
You think some people think that haggle is confrontation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can definitely see that.
So do I.
On both ends.
Mm-hmm. I'll haggle on certain cards. Like I said, there are some dealers that I have a good relationship with. When they give me a number, I pretty much know it's right around comps. Some of them will tell me what they paid for the card and what kind of margin they're trying to get. I respect it.
Some people will tell you right out, hey, I priced this in comps. It's going between 50 and 20. I priced it at 20. It's going between 50 and 60. I priced it at 60. Like I'm priced to sell.
Yep. And those conversations allow me to build a relationship with them.
Like when people find out I'm a Kobe White collector and they try to tell me, I'm like, I know the prices on this, bro. You're too high. I'm like, you're not gonna make a deal with me because I know you're too high. Or like when it comes to like wrestling, I'm looking up these cards every day. I'm buying them a lot. You can't tell me a wrestler that I like, you got it for $50, and then I know it's a $20 card.
Yeah.
I'll just wait and buy it off eBay and wait till it comes. Wait a week to get it. I think there's just with me buying cars for under $100. I am very picky in person on what I pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I think I have to be. I'm not buying an expensive card, so it's not like I'm buying $1,000 card and I'm actually decided to for $900. You're still getting $900. I'm buying a $20 card. If you sell it for $20, don't get $15. That's fine, but I'm not going to buy it for $30.
Yeah,
I'm not going to overpay $10 just because I'm at a show or just because I'm in a shop.
Very respectful. I get that. Machado says at shows I only hit tables at an organized now. Other than that, I just cop cards at Burbank eBay store or website. I've been buying a lot of cards off eBay and other sources. I haven't really been at a show.
eBay, Burbank eBay store, and other places that have eBay stores. When you get those coupons you can rack up on some deals. Like I like Burbank's eBay store, and the buyer in me doesn't like you can't make an offer, but the business person to me understands why you can't make an offer. They just going through way too many cards to deal with the haggling of $1 or $2.
Yeah. Yeah. The opportunity cost on their time is they could be doing something else. Yeah.
It's a good deal, Hero. It's a good deal. Just on the Mountain Dew alone.
Hero 3 says I had a $20 card and one gentleman gave me 15 and a 6-pack of Mountain Dew. Can't beat that. So there's a comment up here about the Aces. We know the Aces have lost just as many games this year they did all of last year. They've been trying to adjust that roster, but Chelsea Gray is back. Good to see her back. Jackie Young going crazy this season. 30 pieces tonight. It's good to see. It's going to be interesting to see what they do as we get to the end of the season.
I just want to know who's stopping the Sun because they 13-1 right now, and they balling. Connecticut Sun is balling.
Well, you got some people on that roster that want to prove a point.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, they lost to New York last year, and the year before that. Like they want to win a chip.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's talk about WBA real quick.
What you got? I love it. What you got?
The Mavs need to shut up.
They're not going to, Big Jon.
But they need to.
They're not going to.
So
they were ready for this before the draft. They were ready.
I understand that, and this is I can make my argument without race being involved in this, right?
Mm-hmm.
For Caitlin Clark being on the Olympic team, she wasn't doing any other trial. She opted out of the trial preach for focus on the season.
Yep.
But she didn't do anything
Zero
to warrant consideration of being on the team.
Mm-hmm.
She's just popular.
Mm-hmm.
When we talk about what she does on the basketball court as being a 3-point shooter, before she got to the league, who was a female player they compared to Curry, who actually had a 3-point contest competition with Curry.
Mm-hmm.
And you have not heard the media talk about her all year.
No. Why is that, Big Jon?
Well, you focus on this new hot thing, which is Caitlin Clark, to push whatever media-driven agenda, regardless of how talented she is or may not be.
Mm-hmm.
You are not talking about the. So that's my argument without putting race or politics involved in it.
I don't think race or politics has to be a part of it at all. When I look at this draft that just came in, I'm not thinking race or anything. I'm thinking about play.
But the Mavs are.
Yeah, the Mavs are. Because
when I say Mavs, I'm not talking about the people who've watched, who took an interest in it.
Yep.
All these new eyeballs that come with new mouths who want to say this is the reason and that's the reason why on both sides of the fence.
Machado says Ariki. I want to make sure I say that right. Took her name out of the Olympics. Says too much politics.
Yeah, she didn't make it last time. I don't believe. She didn't make it last Olympics, and then busted the Olympic team behind in the All-Star game.
Is sports media ruining the golden moment?
They could be. I mean, Brittany Griner got to win gold to make her release make sense to America.
Well, Brendan asked the question: is she a man or what? Well, I don't think she's a woman.
She's a woman.
She's a woman. Yeah, I totally agree with you. I've had people talk about race and stuff. I don't even get it, man. It's about ball.
It's about ball, and unfortunately Caitlin Clark is not balling consistently.
No.
She getting a behind handed to her, like veteran players told that she would.
Mm-hmm. If it's a better team, she's about to get dealt something.
Mm-hmm. She's not Candace Parker.
No.
Okay.
Out the gate with it.
She's not good. She's not
going to be Juju Watkins.
No.
Where did Juju get here?
Oh, I can't wait till Juju and Paige get that next year.
It's coming.
I am a big,
I like Paige's game as well. It's coming.
It's We take it to. Then,
I think if you want to simplify it, you make it about race.
I think if you want to muddy it up, you make it about race.
Well, that's why I'm getting at the same thing. If you don't really want to talk basketball, you want to talk about something else, you make it about race.
Yeah. Because, and I'll throw ESPN, Fox Sports, both under the bus when it comes to women's sports.
Mm-hmm. Hey, what did you think about?
You got currently the Olympic trial track. You ain't heard them talk about Sha'Carri Richardson once.
No.
Now wait till July hits. In the July, when the Olympics start, she's going to be all on the TV, and we're going to be talking about her good or bad.
Did you see the commercial of her and Cardi B for the Olympics?
No, I didn't see it.
You should check that out. If I can get a link for it, I'll send it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. Machado says everybody owe DT, aka White Mamba, an apology. She predicted Caitlyn's struggle. But people hate Taurasi.
People don't like Taurasi because Taurasi is great and a Draymond Green type. Like she'll knock you down. You go past, she'll knock you down and won't care.
She don't care about what you're talking about.
Nope.
I think she has the Curry effect. Everyone wants to be like Curry, not LeBron. Everyone wants to be CC and not Taurasi or even Candace. People say that though, but I don't see any parts of Caitlyn Clark's game that's Steph Curry.
Just the fact that she shoots from so far behind.
There's other aspects of basketball that she doesn't even.
She's on the ball 90% of the time.
Yeah.
She's not a great passer.
No.
And she's not a great defender. And
she will get a cookie.
Mm-hmm.
So
she doesn't have a great handle.
No.
But again, when we talk about comparing somebody to Curry, nobody's talking about Sabrina, who was shooting from the logo before her.
And she just had a contest against Curry. So
nobody.
And why is Sabrina born? Is Sabrina born? Why is nobody talking about her?
I don't know. Maybe because she's playing Seattle. I don't know.
A lot of her passes go through Butterfinger. Hero 3. She's spotting up from the logo. You think that's bad? You think that's Curry? Because she's doing that. There's no other aspect of his game that should be represented to be called Curry.
But Hero, Aaliyah Boston's on that team, and when they play through Aaliyah Boston, they win. That's all I'm gonna say.
I think the coach is gonna be fired. The coach is about to be Monty Williams, man.
Cece's a good passer. She's not a great passer.
No.
We use that word "great" way too loosely for what it actually means.
We do. Luka Doncic. What do you see? What do you see out of Dallas next season?
Second round exit.
Yep. So, I've been asking this question, Big Jon. I want to ask him a question. Is he winning the championship in his career?
He's 25.
People say that. He's got a 35-year-old body.
He's 25 and he's been playing professional for 11 years.
Mm-hmm.
So we give him 8 to be generous.
Okay, so he's been playing now since 2018?
Yeah, he's been playing professional. If you count overseas, he's been playing professional since 14.
Yep.
It's a lot of basketball in that body.
Lot. So this is what makes me think Kyle's got a problem. He's got a problem on his hand. How long is he gonna play though, man?
If we give him 8 years, we give him a 33 to 34. Does he get one?
You think he's gonna play that long? I think Luka's out earlier than that.
Before 30?
Yeah, I say Luka's maybe 31 out. I think we got 6 more years of Luka. Gone. All right, some probably
barring injuries. I think he get. I'm talking about 33.
I think injuries is gonna take him out. Short career, bro. Mm-hmm. And then what? Well, that's a big splash in the pan.
Oh,
And this is so when I first saw him play his rookie year, I was like, man, dude got mad offensive game. Crazy offensive game. Really. I'm gonna give him his props. He's hitting shots from places people don't even think about with no hesitation. When he gets on those wings, bro, it's lights out. I immediately thought, how long is this guy gonna play? When I heard he's been playing since professional, since 14, how long is this guy gonna play? Luka is a pure beer muscle. You know his diet ain't in check, dog. You know that dude is not. That dude's chilling. Which is why he can't get down and play that defense, get right in front of you and just have you come up. I'm ready. Where you go? He's not messing with that, man. Doesn't want to have anything to do with that. He's gonna get his breather on defense. He's gonna come down on that wing and pop that three on you, or try to back you down and do that kick fade away.
I can't remember what basketball player I heard this from on what podcast, but before Mike started winning championships, he would continue playing pickup games
All the time.
until the end of June,
All the time.
just to continue to wear his body out.
Yeah. To get
Relax for 2 weeks, then get right back started for the next season.
Yeah.
So
Mike even had that love of the game clause, bro. Mike was playing ball, on the street with people, man. Would just be driving and pull over and get in the game. It's just different, man. Smoothie says Mavs need 6 man and a bench. So basically, the Mavs need a whole team. And then I'm still asking the question: is Luka gonna get his hands off the ball and play without the ball? Like move around, get the ball back?
I just don't know what is their offensive personality, their offensive philosophy, other than your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn. Oh, oops, to somebody.
But remind you now, during Minnesota, people were saying Jason Kidd is a genius. He's a genius at what he's doing. I kept hearing this. He's a genius.
Same thing about Tyronn Lue.
Machado says, go ahead.
I think Tyronn Lue's a good coach, almost great coach, but you ain't won with all that talent in LA, and your only championship is because of LeBron. Who's going to be the person that was connected to LeBron to win another championship? Spoelstra ain't won a championship without LeBron either.
Yeah.
Like none of these coaches, none of these sidekicks have come out to win a championship without LeBron. So who's going to be the first to do that is a good question.
Got some comments here. Luka has that Shaq mentality. I'm dominating. I don't need to work on my game shape. Because Luka don't listen to nobody. He knows he can get by the league doing what he's doing. He's a system. This is why both of these comments. I don't think this dude's winning, bro. I've said this for a while. Watching this series.
But see, the Shaq thing was planned because Shaq got beat up so much being in that physical style. That was planned. He got in shape as the season went and was strong in the postseason. Him not listening to nobody, you seen it when Finley came and took that bid from him after they won the Western Conference Finals. Finley took it, but you've heard the reports. They've asked him to stop complaining. They've asked him to play more defense. They've asked him to get his teammates involved more, and he's not listening. Luka could be James Harden 2.0.
Mm-hmm. This is what I'm saying. And then we got, hold on here. I just saw another good comment. Oh, shoot. Mavs need LeBron and Bron. It's still not winning.
Oh, LeBron's championship window is closed.
Yeah.
I don't think there's no opening that back up. He got his bubble championship. He got his fourth. Yeah, his fourth. Be happy.
I don't see that. Once Lively gets a move, that would be dangerous. He's pretty raw.
He's pretty good and raw. I don't think he's going to get a move because their big man coach is Tyson Chandler, and Chandler didn't have.
What was that last part? You said Chandler what?
Chandler didn't have a move. Tyson Chandler didn't have a move.
Yeah. He was used more on rebound and defense.
Yeah, when he was drafted by the Bulls, he was ooping up.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
He didn't have a move. He didn't have great footwork, but he's coaching the bigs for the Mavs. I don't see how that translates.
Oh man, I love it. Well, I heard that the other day. I was like, "What? They got Tyson Chandler up in that thing? Wow. Joe Mazzulla, genius. I'm telling you, it went from Jason Kidd was the genius, man. The Joe Mazzulla can't give me that type, man.
So I'm saying my boy eBay don't care.
eBay was sitting back with his feet up smoking a cigar, man.
No, he was outside in Houston. He was outside.
Mavs shouldn't have beaten the T-Wolves, but their coach wouldn't make the necessary adjustments. I don't think too highly of the T-Wolves. I know people do. I'm not.
I don't even know who the T-Wolves coach is off the top of my head. That's
the guy that was on crutches. I can't remember his name. I can't. Let me see. Timberwolves coach. He kept putting Gobert out there and allowing him to be in that pick and roll.
I see Smoothers didn't see what I said about Cat earlier. I do not like that Cat.
Chris Finch. Chris Finch got our coach. Maybe it was because he couldn't stand up. I don't know. Maybe it's because he was sitting down. Couldn't get that right perspective. What was that like? I don't know. LeBron in Dallas. That's not doing anything, Brendan. I don't see that doing anything. You see LeBron leaving AD?
I don't see him leaving AD for Luka.
No, I don't see it.
He's smart enough to know that won't work with him carrying Luka on the same team with one ball. So him and Luka not playing defense.
Remember when people got hyped and thought the Clippers was about to do something? Okay. I thought they would have played better than they did, and it didn't.
I thought they would have played better. They were playing good down the stretch.
Mm-hmm. But then Kawhi got hurt.
Yeah, Kawhi got hurt, or Kawhi got hurt.
Yeah. Yeah.
He got his 2 championships. I don't know if he cares about winning anymore.
He got paid too. Jerry West got paid.
He got his 2 championships. Now he got his money.
Oh man, Hero Theory is talking about Darvin Ham. Man, Darvin Ham's going back to Milwaukee and chilling. He's not thinking about Timberwolves. And he got emasculated, huh? He just can't be out there on that pick and roll on the island. That's not his go-to, man. And Jordan seems his liability, but he's Defensive Player of the Year. Remember Marcus Smart in 2022 went to the finals and didn't play like a Defensive Player of the Year. So Kawhi shouldn't be on the USA roster.
Why not? He gonna come off the bench?
Yeah, I think he can come out there and do his thing.
He gonna come off the bench.
I'm still trying to figure out,
play much.
Is Embiid gonna be all right to play?
Do the men's and women's both win gold this year?
I would think they should.
they should and will is two different things. I think the women will.
You don't think the men are gonna win gold?
Man, listen,
Hey,
Canada. I'm not saying Canada got a good team. You
who
know,
on Canada's team? You got Shea. Who else?
Shea, Wiggs, and then whoever else. They usually have Canada's had a good team the last couple of years.
They did.
I mean, they got your boy Dylan Brooks. You know, he ain't scared of him. Big deal, Dylan Brooks. Well, I just think the world has caught up to USA.
Well, that's because we have more international players in the NBA.
Yeah, Jamal Murray.
Jamal Murray. Yeah.
Like you have some good teams.
Hey, I'm gonna say USA is winning now. Win go. USA team's not built to win the Olympics. Who do we recommend to be on that team to help them win the Olympics?
I mean, they have the names to win that should win.
I'm worried about the USA roster too. They're old, injury prone, and green and international play. I don't know who I would add to solidify that team.
If you look at these national team rosters when they get set, and I'm not saying go buy cards, but if you have the cards of some of these players, I would keep them close for quick put ups on eBay if you want to get rid of them.
But players just like we saw before are gonna have great games, and everybody's gonna talk about them.
Yeah, they're gonna have for that microwave moment. If you have the Dylan Brooks rookie card sitting around that you just don't know what to do with, I would just keep them close. I would have them ready to go once they have a good game.
What about that Bahamas team?
Who was it? Clay and who else?
I think Clay is just practice. I don't see Clay. I don't see Clay playing. But you got oh man, I had the names earlier today. You have man. Hold on. You got Gordon. I know Gordon is one. See if I can find some names here.
Buddy Hield, DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah.
DeAndre Ayton on the team. I'm not worried about them.
No, they're not doing anything.
That's all I needed to see. I'm not worried about them. But again,
Ayton on the 8-game stretch last year where he was 25 and 10.
But if you got Buddy Hield cards and Buddy Hield can get hot from the three, I would have him ready to go.
In the playoffs, he was playing really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Think Clay's gonna get picked up? I don't know. I think he's down there just trying to get some competitive hooping. But we'll see. Where's Clay going? Let's talk about this. Where's Clay going?
Nowhere.
Nope. Nowhere. Back to Golden State. Do the same thing Draymond did last year. Test the market. Go through his due diligence. I think that deal's already solidified. Why do you think he stopped following Golden State on social media?
Again, testing the market.
Testing the market, and I think he wanted to mess with some people.
Mm-hmm. But I will say this. Getting rid of Clay may be the component needed to put another championship team on the floor.
Walk me through that.
Huh?
What do you think? Walk me through that.
Loyalty.
What's that again? What?
Loyalty.
Okay.
Right now, we're not breaking it. The thought process is we're not going to Curry, Draymond, Clay, loyalty. They took this franchise from nothing to a $2 billion franchise. Mm-hmm. As owners, we got to be loyal to these players who, changed this franchise and lives around this franchise. If Clay goes, Now the GM can take the loyalty blinders off and field a championship winning team. And I'm not saying he should go, he shouldn't go, but if it happens, the chance of getting a championship team winner increases significantly, in my opinion, because you take the loyalty part out of it, you take the hard part. The reason why the last GM left because he didn't want to break up the team. You take the loyalty part out of it and put business. All right, Steph, I got to get you another shooting guard that can shoot and play with you, and just as well as Clay did. Who do we go out to get? Who do you like to play with?
Who do you see Golden State bringing in? And who do you see leaving?
I see Wiggins and Chris Paul leaving.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I don't know who they're going to bring in because I don't know who wants to trade with them. I don't know who wants to make them better. And I think that's the other issue that they're having is they put a beating on teams for 5 years. Who wants to make them better?
Do you see a big-time center coming to this one?
So I don't know. How about this? Would Cat fit in Golden State?
No.
Why not?
Because he doesn't. He shows zero drive, and he's a perimeter shooter. Golden State has that. He doesn't want to get down and bang. I don't see that fitting at all.
I would have loved to see them traded for Mikal Bridges. I told you that earlier in the season. Like I think that would have been a good fit because to me, when they were their best, they had a small forward who could play both sides very well and make timely shots. And you know, Mikal Bridges will play 48 minutes. He's going to play on both sides and he'll make timely spots. As far as a big man, I like to see him with a Jared Allen type.
Jared Allen would be helpful. I thought that was.
I was like to see a Jared Allen type be helpful. Somebody who's again like kind of like Looney. You don't have to run plays for, but they can get a basket off a rebound. They're not going to be scared to put the offensive rebound back up.
I agree, but Rudy Gobert is not playing with the Warriors.
No. You want Jay want to punch him too?
Steph and Brown would do something. I don't think
it's not happening.
I don't see Steph playing with Brown.
Enjoy Steph and Brown playing on the Olympics together.
Yeah,
that's the only
enjoy
time
that. That's going to be that one time they're both teammates. Everybody can hoop and high about, that's cool, but no more of that. Nobody really wants to see that. Do you want to see that? I don't think people.
Maybe 5 years ago. I don't want to see it now.
Yeah, man. I don't think people are trying to, greatness. I just don't see that coming and saying I want to play with LeBron. There's no Dwayne Wade here, bro.
I don't even think Clay want to play with LeBron.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't even think Clay wanted to play with Chris Paul.
Huh?
I don't think Clay wanted to play with Chris Paul.
No.
Never saw him talking on the court.
I think, again, that was a trade that had to be made. That trade was for the bench.
Mm-hmm.
That trade was for make Kuminga better, make Brandon Poe better. Gary Payton. That wasn't for Clay, Draymond, and Curry.
This is a question. What about the reunion of KD and the Splash Brothers? Because I don't see KD going back to Phoenix.
It's a nice reunion. You get one championship in 2 years out of that.
If you bringing in more than KD, you get more than one.
Yeah, but if you just get it, you're gonna get 1 in 2 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't. Again,
what about you brought in KD and Jimmy Butler?
Yeah. Jimmy Butler on your team, and he's not number one. If Jimmy Butler's number two, you win that championship. I'm telling you, right?
I'm telling you, bro. If Jimmy Butler shows up and puts on that bridge on his chest, that's a problem.
I just when you have to ask my love for Jimmy Butler, you have to understand this. He's one of the last NBA superstars that got it out the mud.
He definitely
went from averaging
swimming.
4 points in college. Huh?
He was swimming in the mud.
Yeah.
Remember, he was on the bench. Derrick Rose was doing his thing.
Yep.
He was way on the bench. Nas Reed, he could fit in with Golden State.
He can fit in Golden State.
Yeah, solid play.
Minnesota would be stupid to get rid of him.
Yeah, they won't. I don't see that.
They'd be stupid to get rid of him. They'd be stupid to start him too.
Well, let's say this: if Gobert, Cat, and Edwards stay, somebody has to go.
Yeah, if they trade Cat, I don't think the answer is starting Nas Reed.
I don't think
because he needs to stay in that 6-man role.
No, he's that guy that has to be. You focus on the stars, and I'm just standing out here, and then I'm gonna hit the shot.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to D me up, because you saw sometimes in the playoffs, he got D'd up.
Yep.
It's not happening. Hold up, Maxey who? Maxey who? Where? I know, but I don't think we're saying Zerny Maxey to the Warriors. Hey, would you trade Kuminga to make the Warriors better?
Who am I getting? It's who are you getting? Right?
I think if you're trading Kuminga, you're getting the big dog.
Yeah, if I can get a big dog for Kuminga, because Kuminga has a really good chance to be a big dog in a couple of years.
I think we've seen his ceiling.
I don't think we've seen his ceiling. I think he has a higher floor than most people, but I don't think you've seen his ceiling.
Is he a consistent three-point shooter?
Don't have to be.
Is he a consistent scorer?
He can't grow into that. Doesn't have to be. Like, I get the analytics say the 3-point is the best shot to take, but guess what? If I hit the mid-range 2 for 2 points instead of missing the 3, I still got 2 points.
Let's just look up something for the giggles and the tiggles. Let me just.
We know you're not a big fan of Kuminga.
Big Jon, why you gotta say that?
Because you're not.
Hey, I'm just looking at some things here.
Listen, I keep the receipts, man. I'm gonna keep it real with you.
You know me. You know how I get down. Yeah, let's just look at this real quick. Where we at? I think I went down too far. Yeah, let's look at this. He does shoot 52% from the field. Very positive, strong number there. A lot of times it's points in the paint. Very positive, though.
Mm-hmm.
Shoots 34% from the 3.
Mm-hmm.
Shoots 75% from the free throw. Things have gotten better.
Only averaging two fouls.
Yep. 2 assists, 5 rebounds, 16 points a game.
So we go from 16 points a game, and what was he at the year before, his rookie year?
9.9. His second year was 9.9. His rookie year was 9.3.
All right, so we made we made a 7-point jump.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I don't think we've seen his ceiling. I think you got 2 years to figure out where his ceiling is at.
I think he didn't tap his head on that thing a few times. So I'll give you that.
I mean, he can jump at the gym, so of course he can tap his head on that. You got to look who he's playing.
Well, I'm just asking you, if you had a chance to bring a big dog to the team, you're not moving this guy?
I am all for whatever moves I make to win a championship this year.
Yeah.
I understand building the future, but I'm not going to make a move that's going to give me a championship this year. Then I want to make sure I have the future where we can get one in 2 years, 3 years. Where's my window at?
Okay.
If I can trade him for Kevin Durant, go for it.
That's exactly the question on it.
Right?
Yeah.
Smooth and Sabonis ain't coming to anybody that Draymond Green does not like is not coming to the Lakers. I mean to the Warriors, especially if they play his position.
The Warriors, I would like to see them have a. I'd like to see them have a center where Steph doesn't have to work so hard every night, and that center could take some of that load.
I'm ready for the Warriors to implement some sort of normal pick and roll into their flow offense.
But who are you going to be picking and rolling with the players that they have right now?
Yeah, no, they need a big man. I would love to see, you know what? 1-5 pick and roll.
I agree.
2-5 pick and roll. And let's take a quick break from all the motion and running around and all the motion. Let's do simple
and that's
1-5 pick and roll.
That's when you're allowed to take the pressure off your guards
Mm-hmm.
and save them throughout the season and allow them to not have to work so hard to get a win.
That's where you get a foul call.
Yep. But I thought last year, beginning of the year, so I'm sitting and I'm thinking, Jonathan Kuminga and Chris Paul, I'm going to see pick and roll all night.
Mm-hmm.
No, sir. Did not really saw it sometime. Didn't see it a lot.
I thought with Chris Paul, you were gonna get 5 more free throws per game, and that didn't happen. And that's my problem with the Warriors. They rely on the 3 so much, they don't get to the line when they are in these dry spells.
I agree.
When they're in shambles, when all you need is to get to the line and see it go in to get the engine back started up. We don't get a foul call and get teams in the penalty at the end of quarters. You know, with 5 minutes to go, the other team's not in the penalty, but the Warriors are.
So today is the 19th. Happy Juneteenth, everybody. I think before the 28th, which is 2 Fridays from now,
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna know the name. Somebody's coming. But they're not running that back with Jonathan Kuminga, and we're hoping for him to be a 22 a game scorer. And Draymond Green made a statement a week ago saying that I'm very confident that the Golden State Warriors front office is going to give us what we need to do. I'm coming, Big Jon.
I mean, could that be trading Draymond Green?
I've heard a few people in here say Lauri Markkanen to the Warriors. He fits the bill. I think he was looked at before. I think it's going to be bigger than that. What's up?
What's a stretch for?
Mm-hmm. I thought the Warriors were in the top 10 in drives to the basket. I don't know about that.
I don't know about that. I do know that they were in the bottom, like 5 for free throws last year.
Mm-hmm.
So if they were top 10 in drives, they wasn't getting calls. And just from Chris Paul's history, you would think that would give them way more calls.
Chet Holmgren? I'm not. That's not even.
That's not an option.
No. Does ask the question, what big man is going to be in Oklahoma City? Because they need one. Chet is not a 5. That's a team, man, who could shake some things up in the next 2 seasons.
They got draft picks they got to get rid of.
Yeah. Those draft picks that you add on to bring somebody there.
Yeah, I'm saying they have to make moves.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Bring a
They
strong
could-
five in. Bring Embiid there.
Get rid of Chet, get Embiid.
I believe that they will move Chet to bring a real center in that piece. I can see it. There's some other moves they can make as well to make sure they have a real point guard. They need a point guard.
They gotta make some moves. They need a real point guard. You know, they need a Mike Conley.
Mm-hmm. Because
They
think
need
about
a-
when Pat Bev played with Edwards and Mike Conley playing with Edwards.
Hmm.
Things hit different.
I mean, hit different, but you know what? Again, Pat Bev helped in his way, especially from an intensity standpoint and free and just understanding little things about the game. Mike Conley just gonna offensively way better teacher.
Yeah.
And making sure they're getting their sets.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing you saw with
Did you hear in the game when Edwards was saying, "Just pass me the ball and get out the damn way"? Did you see how Mike Conley was looking at him?
Mhm.
It was like, dude, what about everything we talked about?
Yeah, and that's different because Pat Bev was like, no, we were not getting you bet. All right, I'm gonna get out your damn way, but you better make the shot. You're gonna get one of those two response from Pat Beverly, right? Either flat out no, we ain't doing that, or you better make it.
Who's the next team that's going to believe that Pat Bev is a defensive stopper?
Where's he at now?
Remember Milwaukee? At least that's where he was.
I think Milwaukee keeps him.
The Curry podcast, I think it's going to be nice. I think it's going to be a next level kind of conversation now.
I think that podcast is gonna be really good, really just insightful.
The Warriors live and die by 3. I think that can be shaken up a little bit. I still think Dwight could make it team. Dwight Howard? I don't ever see him in the NBA anymore. Well, I could be wrong. I'm waiting for Boogie Cousins to sign with somebody.
Yeah, Boogie Cousins won't be in the league anymore.
Why do you think that is? Attitude?
Yeah. The stories he's coming out of high school were bad.
You know, he was at one point the best power forward in the NBA.
Yep.
He was much better than AD
Mm-hmm.
when they were teammates. Then he tore his Achilles. So let's talk football real quick. Aaron Rodgers, before we get off here. Do you see him doing something?
Nope. It's Aaron Rodgers. No, actually,
Nope.
ain't nothing positive to say about Aaron Rodgers.
I don't see him doing anything. What's the quarterback in Atlanta? Kirk Cousins. What's up, Kendon? How you doing, man? It's always good to have you here.
Kirk Cousins does what he did in Minnesota. He's going to make them a just over 500 team.
Yeah, it's not doing it. That's why they brought in the kid from Washington. They know the deal. Calvin Cambridge to the Warriors, who won 5 championships. Calvin Cambridge can ball, man. He can ball. I was so surprised Jordan did that at the time. I thought it was cool. He doesn't usually do that kind of stuff. MPJ is greater than Kirk Cousins.
Or Michael Penix. I thought you were talking Michael Porter.
Yeah, at first I thought too. He's talking about Penix. I think Penix will be playing this season. How about them damn Celtics? You and JD said that a team led by Taylor would never win a championship. I was wrong there. I will admit that, Camden.
And if you're keeping count, FD's been wrong twice this year.
But how many times have I been right? That's the question.
No, I'm keeping count. I want to keep counting the wrongs.
Oh, bro. Now you gotta throw some in the other column. This one and that one. FD's been spot on some things. Camden,
Wrong about Patrick Mahomes. Wrong about the Celtics.
Yep. Wrong about Mahomes and the Celtics all day, all night.
Hey, well, at least you own up to it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna run from it. Yeah.
I know many people run from it. I ain't say that.
I didn't say that, man. No, I said that. The Celtics didn't see it happening, but it did happen. But when you look at the triple beam of life, I can sit with Tatum and Brown taking a ring from Luka, and a second one from Kyrie. I can sit with that. Feels good. Feels warm inside. FD, right on Luka since day one. I'm telling you, I've looked at this guy and I just think like I can understand why you're hyped, why a person would get hyped, because he's a scoring machine. He can score. But we get so enamored with scoring. We just, oh man, he's gonna win. No, it's much more than basketball than that. And even this year in the playoffs, he led in almost every major category. It's more to basketball than that. Get the ball out your hand. Luka maybe drop about 25 pounds. Get the ball out your hand, move. Get the rock back. Maybe score less points a game. Watch what happens. Same thing happened with Mike Jordan.
I mean, if he's going to score less, that just means the surrounding players have to score more.
And they will.
His 30. Luka is the type of player that points and assists should equal 50 points a game.
Now, you feeling me?
That's the type of player he is. Whether it's 25 points from him and another 25 of his assists. But he should be a 27 and 9, 27 player.
27 was the number I was thinking. Now you talking. Get that ball out of your hand. I want a stopwatch count on how long he holds the ball in a shot clock.
He probably holds it longer than it takes Giannis to shoot a free throw.
Mm-hmm.
About 15 seconds.
Yeah, you know Giannis is not staying with Dame, right? He's not.
Oh no,
he's not silly. So where's he going?
I think they moved Dame for the Milwaukee. Milwaukee is tricky because they have new owners and they're built around that stadium as in the city around that stadium. They need people to still come to the stadium. They built apartments, they built businesses, whole complex around that stadium, and they bought up all that land. So if you have no reason to come to the games because the team is bad, you're going to lose a lot of money.
Okay. So
reasons they trade Dame.
I think even with all that saying, Giannis is going to leave, and Dame is going to be back basically in Portland. Mm-hmm. That's what I see happen because I don't see Giannis as wasting time. When that Curry 1-on-1 rookie card going to pop up though, y'all think it's in a box sitting or someone? I think someone already pulled it.
Yeah, I think it's in a vault somewhere.
Somebody pulled that, and I think that that's one of the last cards that are on that level that ever be pulled, and we don't know. Chet Nebula has been pulled. Anthony Edwards Nebula has been pulled. Who was the pull recently? There's another Nebula pulled. I've seen Chet. All these cards, all these big rare cards, I just don't see them being pulled privately in the house. I think somebody knows what this is.
I think the cards that you haven't seen of Curry and LeBron rookies, they're pulled already, and they are in a collector's box who pulled them before social media was big, and they probably had in a safe deposit box somewhere, and they're not worried about it.
That's what I would do if I pulled something humongous. It will be in a deposit box somewhere.
If I pull something humongous of a current player, rookie, if I put a Wemby 1-on-1, I'm selling it right now.
Yeah, if I pull a big Wemby card, I'm selling. What you going? Would you pick up something else though?
Oh, not a Wemby's.
No, but of another player.
Yeah,
That's what I would do.
I would sell it, and I don't know. Right now, I'm trying to figure out what Kobe White I want, what WWE cards I want to get, and then what Bowman I want to buy. That's what I'm looking to get for myself.
Yeah, I saw this. There you go. This Wemby gold vinyl got pulled. Some people saying 100 some thousand, $120,000 card.
Yeah, there's too many products, and the print runs are too high to not take the dollar today. Take what is it, $5 today or $10 tomorrow? You may not get that $10 tomorrow with the way
I agree.
it is right now. It's really hard to sit on something rare, or it's got a lot of hype behind it. Now, if you don't need the money, I'd sit on that Wemby.
A couple of weeks ago, Luka's Prism Silver, which I still don't understand why people are buying. I don't get it. Our rookie card PSA 10 will sell for twice as much as they are today.
Yeah, because he had height. Machado, not even buy it later. If it's not if I'm not a fan of that person or that team, I don't have to have your cards in my collection, from my standpoint. Whether I pull it out of a box, I buy it at a show. If it doesn't need to be in my personal collection, I'm not attached to that card in any sentimental way. I would rather take the financial benefits and get something else that I'm more likely to have.
Does Wemby go through a 15, 20-year career with no major injury to that frame?
Too tall, no. Too tall.
Do you think he has an injury that impacts the duration of his career?
Yeah. Same thing with kind of like Yao Ming, right? Started off tall and skinny. He's eventually, just through life, going to put on weight. And that weight is going to change how he plays and potentially cause injuries because he's so tall.
He said, I'm selling it too and copping some Kobe's and MJs. That'll be the route to go. I may add Steph Curry real quick.
I've been copping MJs left and right. Nothing spectacular. But you know what old set Machado that I've gotten to like that I'm going to start collecting? The Supermans.
Oh, okay.
Something that speaks to me, and they're all low pop that I've been picking up going to places. I have the Mike, I have Ray Allen, I have a Shaq, I have Charles Barkley.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to slowly start picking those up when I see them. I don't know why that speaks to me, but I like it. So,
Wemby staying healthy. So I've said what I've said about Luka. I just don't see Wemby staying healthy. I think it's the only thing that's going to be.
I don't see anybody staying healthy. I don't think.
I'm talking about healthy enough. We know Durant. It's a lot of people torn their meniscus came back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about an injury like a Yao Ming that derails your career, changes things.
I don't think anybody goes through without a significant injury now. Just because you're the star player, you are going to have so much demand on you on the court. Like we've seen players non-contact injuries.
I'm gonna say the same thing. I've said the same thing about LaMelo Ball. I don't see that continuing. I don't see it. And I said that because anytime you have a guy whose thigh is the same circumference as his calf, who's built like that you know? No one.
He's the skinniest of the three.
Yeah, by far. Mm-hmm. And his game is taking you off the dribble, popping a jumper, but he likes to take you off the dribble and take you to the cup. And he lands, and I don't know if he had a leg. They never released what his problem was this year. Did he have a limb strength? What do you have? You
The
don't know.
last guard built like him that played like him would be Jamal Crawford.
Oh, I think Jamal Crawford has way more muscle tone than LaMelo Ball.
At that age, no.
Mm.
But again, Jamal Crawford only started for like 4 or 5 years.
I wonder if he just preferred to come off the bench. I don't know. Whoever's still buying Luca Silvers or whatever, just buy Prism Seal Wax and hold. Ooh, I like the Z Force too. It's interesting, you know. Kimmy says he's gonna go to the Dallas College show and walk around in a Tatum jersey. But there is hype on Luca and Ja. Let's see how Ja comes back. You got any predictions on Ja?
Can he stay healthy when he come back?
No, I think it's gonna be more the same old, same old. He'll either be hurt or he'll, won't really lead his team. He'll do something.
I mean, you got him, Marcus Smart on the same team.
I gotta break that up.
Somehow that doesn't seem like a good fit.
Derrick Rose said he's not retiring, so where's he going?
End of the bench, unfortunately.
Pick up check time? Bring structure?
Yeah. I mean, he still got that Adidas Brinks truck coming to his house. I need a good job. I need a good Derrick Rose. I actually started looking for a good Kirk Heinrich card just to add to my Bulls collection.
Okay. Kirk Heinrich. I wonder what he's doing now. I don't see that guy.
Listen, you know me. I do. I'm in my lane. I do my own thing. I was like, I don't have any of my favorite Bulls players cards like that besides a Joakim Noah rookie. Like,
I wonder what Noah thinks about Horford winning a championship.
he's happy for him.
You never see those old Florida players in Boston.
No, but you heard he did an interview and talked about it before the finals. You know, he's happy to see him in there. He not surprised that he's played this long. I think Horford should retire now. You got.
I would imagine you would
Go out on top.
Yeah, why would you come back? 17 years, 18 years in the league.
Mm-hmm.
I think 14 playoff runs.
Yep.
Time to go, man. Set up the horse. Put some water in your canteen. And get out of town, bro.
When you want a chip, Boston will figure out a way to keep paying you.
The Warriors are going to have a very interesting offseason. They have gone. Not sure who they're placing. We'll see, Camden. The question, Camden, is who's coming. And I say we'll know by the 28th, major name.
I don't know who's coming. It's going to be interesting. We'll see what Brian Windhurst has to say.
Oh, he'll probably be happy. NBA needs a team to win like 2 in a row, right? Paul George? I just don't see that. You see Paul George in a Warriors uniform?
I don't see why people like Paul George in his game so much.
I don't either, man. I don't get it. Clay Stan are going anywhere where he can fish and hoop on a boat, which is San Fran. So I don't see Clay going anywhere. You got to show me that.
I mean, with the Magic art, interesting.
What's he gonna go there and do, man?
I don't know.
Him and Banchero running around. What's he gonna do? Franz Wagner? Play the Franz Wagner. Wait, what? Name is sound right? That's not Nelson, man.
But I think Manchero one of the ones, one of the young ones that should be in the.
I think
Who can be the face of the league conversation?
I think he's a real deal.
I didn't think it when he got drafted, but in his development.
Mm-hmm. We shall see, man. Should be very interesting. Big Jon, you know I appreciate you being here.
Appreciate it.
Plan to have you here more. Magic, low key, tough. They need some veterans. They need to get some people off that squad too. Hey, I appreciate you being here, man.
All right, we'll talk again.
You know, for the intro, we're working on the intro here. I have to ask you, sir, how does it feel to take a visit to Flavor Town?
Flavor Town was nice. Be back again.
Yes, sir. Chado, I appreciate you, man. Says W Stream. Good talk show. Hey, I appreciate everybody for being here. You could be anywhere, especially on June 19th, but you decided to be here with Big Jon and I appreciate that. Big Jon, I'll be in contact with you, man. As soon as that bomb drops and Golden State, that name gets announced. Woo!
We're just gonna have to go live on Instagram as soon as it happens.
Oh, man, we're going live right on Instagram. It's going to be on. Get ready. People get ready because the invitational is not over with.
Hey, just keep in mind, losing Clay may be for the best. Just saying.
Okay, that could happen. It could happen.
Keep an open mind.
I'm not opposed to it, but also Clay coming back and coming off that bench could be for the best as well. Signing for a little bit less like Draymond, so we can go out and get somebody.
Machado, follow me on Instagram and send me a message.
Yeah, it's good that y'all linking up. Chado's good folk. Big Jon's good folk. Brother, I'll be in contact with you soon. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you for your time. Tell your family we say hello.
I will.
All right, dog. Talk to you soon.